You gotta love people that immediately get on and say some LS shit or something. That's funny. So this is episode 2 of Talking Shit. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's confirm that you can hear me real quick. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. If everything sounds good, I'll just go ahead and talk about everything that's been going on, especially with the Gen 3R. A lot of people that. Oh, this is Coyote, man, old school, man, awesome guy here. E54 Arizona here. Oh God, Jesus, you guys are starting already. Okay, let's cut the shit. Let's talk about the Gen 3R that ended up getting put on John Senior's GT500. That ended up making 1200. I think after we trimmed the graph and everything, it was over 1250. So let's call it 1260. It was 1290 STD smoothing 5, which means, you know, no correction. After correction and weather, it dropped it down like 30 horse. So the Gen 3R that I guess VMP came out with recently, and you guys knew that was going to happen. Like you knew they were going to come out with the Gen 3R because they did it with the Gen 2, Gen 2R, Gen 3, Gen 3R, et cetera, et cetera. And that little 2.65 Magnuson case that VMP's been putting out there seems to be pretty damn legit. Like I don't understand the people that. Now, this is the other thing, right? A lot of people are like, oh man, I should wait for that. You know, I should just get that. Now, it's a great blower, but do you need it, right? A lot of you guys, 99.9% of you guys are literally in the stock motor category. So you can make 800 rear wheel horsepower on a stock Roush blower, on a VMP Gen 2, on a VMP Gen 2R. A Gen 3 is more than enough to blow your shit up. You can make 1,000 on a VMP Gen 3. So do you need a VMP Gen 3R? Well, do you need a 4-liter Kenny Bell? Do you need a 4-liter Whipple? That's what you got to ask yourself. I'm not going to say no. I'm just saying you can make 800 rear wheel horsepower on a Roush blower, a Roush 2.3. So it was really impressive though that, dude, Gen 3 to Gen 3R made 100 more horsepower the same day. Then John Senior turned up the wick and it made another, I think 60 horsepower based on the cutouts and the couple degrees of timing. So that was pretty awesome. And then that same week that we did the testing, we took John Senior's Blue Goose out and it ran a string of 780s. We were having traction issues. We ended up finding out that the tires were worn out. I mean, worn out. We were working with pretty beat up 305, 45, 17 ET Street Rs, or are they Rs? Mickey Thompson ET Street Rs. Drag radials. They were just junk, burned out, done. So that's what happened that week. And Dakota ran 1020s. Brandon ran 9.0s, and that all happened that week. So we kept the video kind of, you know, I'm not quiet. VMP wanted to release it after their release, and they ended up making 1,000 on a Coyote with, you know, rods and pistons, and Senior blew everyone away with a 1260 after it was all said and done. So it was real impressive to see a little 2.6 blower hanging with the big dogs, for sure. So if you guys have any questions specific, like today we were talking on Instagram, just recently we were talking on Instagram about, if you guys follow me on Instagram, we were talking about centrifugal superchargers and how they're prone to false knock in between shifts. Why is that? If you go to my Instagram page at YDBT for life, you'll see the latest post shows a Paxton 2200 head unit installed in an S197. And you see how close the Paxton head unit comes to the throttle body, the charge pipe. So what happens is under wide open throttle condition, when you shift and you torque the engine over, it tends to touch. So after it touches, it just sets off the knock sensors, and I'm sure you'll feel like the car kind of lay over and then come back. So then people are saying, well, Pro Chargers don't do that. Yeah, they do. Absolutely, they do. The bracketry is further away from the throttle body and charge pipe, but it still is prone to the false knock issues during shifts on a manual car. Automatic cars, not so much, because the shift is less severe and a little quicker for most of you, because most of you can't drive for shit. And at the end of the day, a centrifugal is going to be prone to false knock based on all the piping, based on the torquing over of the engine, and the bracketry that is needed to put a centrifugal on a car. Now, a lot of people say, well, how do you, you're a towel. A lot of people say, how do I combat that? Well, you put a PD blower on it. PD blower means positive displacement, meaning top mount, Whipple, Edelbrock, VMP, Roush. Those with about 10 pounds of boost don't make a lot of rotor noise, but when you pull it down to like a 275 and all that shit, they're also prone to false knock because of the rotor whip and the rotor noise that it makes. So we have to desensitize the knock sensor if you're on 85, yada, 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 yada. So I'll get into the Q&A real quick. I just wanted to just talk a little shit real quick. If you guys got anything you want to talk about, questions, whatever, shoot them at me. I'll do my best to answer as many as possible, but I'll just kind of go through the burble tunes. Now, I will give you guys thanks. I'll shout you guys out that are anti-burble tune. Thank you very much. A lot of you are on the Lund Racing support page, and when anyone says, do you have a burble tune? You guys pounce on it. Now, a lot of people say, well, another tuner can do it. Why can't you do it? Real simple. This is why. We offer flex tuning. People still have trouble understanding what a flex field tune is. People still think it's like a race tune. When we tell you it is just transitional, nothing else. Transitional, meaning when you're mixing, it's convenient. When you want to eventually end up on E85, you can, use the flex tune so that when you have a full tank of E85 after running out the pump gas without having to drain it, you can, boom, flash over to the E85R tune. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, flex didn't make as much power. I'm like, dude, it's not a power tune. It's not meant to have power. Yeah, it'll see more timing than pump gas, but you're not going to see like optimal power and performance. That's the other thing. A lot of people go, well, I took it to the dyno and it had E85 in the tank and I put the flex tune in it and it made the same power as the E85R tune. E85R tune doesn't make any more power. Well, bullshit. It does make more power, average. So back on track, burble tunes. We don't do them because what's going to end up happening is people are going to want flex burble cammed, pump gas burble cammed, E85R burble cammed, flex fuck, dick ass, all this shit. It's just no. You're going to get one cam tune. Choose pump gas or E85. You're going to get a flex tune, E85R, and one cam tune. What happens when we introduce a burble tune? It takes us that much extra. And guess what happens, right? Guess what happens? The burble isn't like my buddy's burble. The burble is, I want more popping. I want it to sound like a shotgun. It sounds like AK-47. I want it to sound like a shotgun. So basically YOLO comes out a little bit there. That's the problem, and that's why we're not ever even going to think of introducing that shit to the market. Fuck burble tunes. Okay, somebody paid, so as always, if people pay, I go right to them. Let me see what the hell he said. Dark One, I think he is in Australia. Real quick, sorry. Wow, Jason, 62606 said, thoughts on upcoming VMP 18 Plus Supercharger? As far as I know, if you listen to the rumor mill, because I'm privy to certain information others aren't, they're working on something, but I don't think that, if you want something now, like right now, get a Whipple, get an Edelbrock now, okay? Edelbrock if you want power now with the TVS, and Whipple makes good power if the pulley combo is right. Actually, I've seen some Whipples kind of work well because they don't hit that hard down low, and it actually works a little better at the track where you have less of a chance of breaking the tires loose. If you pulley down a TVS to like 12, 13 PSI, you're going to really make a bunch of nut down low. Whereas a Whipple at 12, 13 PSI is more manageable out of the hole. It's almost like a centrifugal, but better. So I don't think that VMP has any plans. I think they're still working with Roush with their front feed, and maybe are offering like not a Gen 2, like a stage 2 package, because Roush says, here's a blower, and then they might step it up a notch. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Roush kits 18 plus because they're prone to have very high inlet air temperatures because the intercooler design seems to be less efficient. So I don't know why, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, and Roush is severely suffering in the sales due to their subpar offering, to be honest. Dark One, S550 paid to say Lund killing it on all fronts, NA and forced Lund for the win. So Dark One, I believe, has the quickest naturally aspirated S550, excuse me, on the planet. It went 1060s with an MT82, a Mantic clutch. I think he's having some clutch slip issues, but it might be working in his favor. So if he gets all that stuff figured out, that thing will go 50s, maybe high 40s, depending on, you know, how much weight reduction and what kind of a 60-foot he can cut. But it's a pretty legit ride. Sorry, Tim Anders. I think Tim Anders is Dark One. Burble tuners for Supras. That is funny. Someone said something that I legit heard an S550 on a Burble tune recently. It sounded like absolute garbage. That's the thing. A lot of you guys that follow similar channels as mine, like, I can't believe people that watch me watch the other Mustang channels. Like, it blows my fucking mind. It says, like, you know, you have analytics page on your YouTube and it says, oh, your viewers also watch this guy. And I'm like, why? But whatever. And some guy, oh, I got a Burble tune from the best tuner on the planet. I'm like, no, you didn't. Best tuner on the planet. So people are like, I want it. And it's, look, I heard it. It sounds like absolute shit, like absolute shit. It's awful. So we don't support it, and we're not going to change the Burble. Matthew Gray says Edelbrock is just a heater. Procharger is definitely better than that company. You obviously have not seen what Edelbrock has been putting out with the 2650 Stage 2. Not even close. Brian Devil Bliss made 1100 real horsepower on an automatic Gen, it's called the Stage 2 Edelbrock on the 85 and a 275 pulley. Show me any Procharger that fits on a Mustang, not some F-Series thing that bolts in the front, that can make 1100 through an auto and have like insane torque, It's not even close. And if you have an F-Series Procharger, do you know how hot those units get? They have an air-to-air intercooler, air-to-air. Every top mount blower, PD blower, Whipple, Roush, Edelbrock has an air-to-water intercooler setup. You tell me what's going to end up cooling better. So people are basically making fun of the Burble tune. Thank you. Everyone's saying it's gay. Look, it's not gay. It's actually Ford logic. Ford has it in there. It's in the background. But I think when like Boss owners had the track key, you know, it had a little bit of a Camlope idle tune. It had a little bit more timing. And then when you let off, it would burble and slam around and shit. And people were just like, well, okay, it's kind of cool. And it's literally just, it's not performance. It's just burble. It's just downshift, popping and banging. If you want to blow out your exhaust, I'll fucking do it. And your $1,100 Corsas go bye-bye. So Alan Eduardo says, Midnight is rebuilding my 6R80 Stage 2 rebuild. It's a billet shaft, billet planetary, clutches. Any more probability of breaking? Yeah, absolutely. Did you upgrade the, the Sprag? The problem with the 6R80, now understand this, guys. If you guys wonder if 10R80 is better than 6R80, 6R80 is still king. It's still king. 10R80s are moving out. They're doing really well. But in terms of like badass shit and what the aftermarket supports, 6R80 is still king. So if you're on the fence of buying an 18 or a 15 plus, buy a 15 plus because you can go fast now and the aftermarket supports it. Now, the problem with a 6R80 is this. You guys go out there street racing and do 15 burnouts on the street, like, and it wheel hops and it does all this stupid shit. And what you end up breaking is the main shaft. Now, what I broke in my 6R80, my red car, like the final straw where I said I'm done, I literally broke like the forward shaft. Like the forward shaft broke, okay? Now, we have worked with Power by the Hour to remedy that problem because that shaft is hollow. So I basically ended up finding out I can't drive this car every day. I can't drive a 900 to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower car that has a 6R80 and do hoon shit and do rolling burnouts and, you know, do 1-2 shifts sideways because it fucks up the 6R80 based on its design. Now, the Fairmont will have a very beefy 3R200, meaning no overdrive. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, and then if I want to have a little less RPM on the highway, I lock up the converter. So it goes 1, 2, 3, lock up. But down the track, it goes 1, 2, 3, and maybe we lock it up later or let the converter couple. But at the end of the day, my Fairmont will have a 3-speed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, no overdrive because the Fairmont will not be a highway car. And it is light enough that if I do need to go on the highway, It'll have like 315 gears or 330 gears, 331s, and it'll probably be doing like 2200 RPM at like 80 miles an hour. So people are paying, so I'm gonna get their questions out of the way. Matt Kalpetzer says, I'm trying to get the most out of my naturally aspirated GT350, Corsa X-Pipe, mufflers, E85, Cooks, 3-inch, long tubes, and Lund tune. What else can I do to push it? So honestly, weight reduction is going to have to be the next thing you got to look at, honestly, because unless you use a different type of fuel, which you're already using E85, you can use Ignite, you know, like an Ignite version, or C85 gives you a little bit of a bump, but it is expensive. If you want to do cams, okay, cams, naturally aspirated cams like Comp Cam Stage 2s or something like that will give you like a 15 to 20 horsepower bump, but the cost, right? How much are cams? $1,100. How much is it to put in cams? $700 to $800. So you're going to pay $2,000 after it's all said and done for 15 to 20 rear wheel horsepower. Honestly, if you want to keep it NA, you got to get it light. Tim Anders is a great example. You know, you can bump up to a Cobra Jet intake, but again, that's another $1,000 after you put a throttle body and a cold air together. So get it light. Get that car light. Gut it. Do something, because that's what you want to do, right? You want to get the best naturally aspirated performance you can, but the car weighs 3,700 pounds. You get that sucker down to 34, 35, that's 2/10. Reese. Yo, Alex, thanks for what you do, brother. Going 3.6 Paxton. 3.6 Paxton. So the pulley, I take it. All pump gears, Lund tuning question. For stage 1 or 2, and will 2 pumps with a second hop switch be okay? Now, Reese, what I did on the red car, right? The red car still has a 4 Innovations FC2 controller and a stage 2, a 2-pump system. I run 2 pumps all the time. The only reason I did that is when it was boosted, I didn't want to wait around for the hop switch to activate anything. I want 2 pumps all the time, because think of what happens. I'm returning at the regulator. So I have the fuel system and it goes to the regulator close to the firewall and it returns at the regulator. So it never sees engine bay heat and it never circulates around the engine bay for it to get hot. So I'm not really worried about heating up the fuel. So I run 2 pumps continuous. It's not going to wear out a pump. Okay, 2 pumps continuous all the time. Sure, you can do 1 pump, then a hop switch. If you do a 1 pump, then a hop switch, you're going to have to make sure you don't mount the hop switch somewhere where it can rattle, meaning you can't hard mount it anywhere. You can lay it on the coil cover, lay it on the cam cover, so that when it sees boost, it's not rattling around or anything, and potentially turning the second pump on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Then we'll see in the graph, what we'll see is the trims go like this, and then they kind of try to catch up, they get wavy, and the car starts to lean out at the top. So I run 2 pumps continuous so that I never have that issue, and I would run the stage 2. Nice and straightforward, I like it. So Jamie Hill says, I'm buying an F-150 soon. Which engine should I choose? The Coyote 2.7 EcoBoost, 3.5 EcoBoost. I won't be towing often, mainly just commuting and cruising. Commuting and cruising, the 5-liter. Okay, the 5-liter gives you the flexibility of having the flex tune. Again, 2011 and up F-150s, actually even earlier 3 valves, had flex fuel logic already in it. If you're just going to drive to and from work and once in a while carry some plywood in the back, get the F-150 with the 5-liter engine in it, because then you can go ahead and splash some E85 in it and it'll feel better. You won't get as good a gas mileage, but it'll be zippy, and you're basically treating it like a station wagon, right? It's a big station wagon. So you're driving it around and you want it to feel good and have a little bit of oomph. So the E85 does that. Now, if you're ever going to do some towing, heavy duty towing, big boat, big trailer, something good size, you get the 3.5 EcoBoost. The 3.5 2018 EcoBoost truck straight rolls. That bitch gets it, and it's quick. That's also a good commuter vehicle, but man, it's a little more expensive than the 5-liter, depending on your options. Now, the 2.7 to me is like a light duty, nice light duty F-150 that has, we made almost 400 rear wheel horsepower on pump gas with a couple more pounds of boost, and that thing tows medium duty trailers real easy, and good gas mileage, really good gas mileage, and it goes quick. So the quickest one's going to be the 3.5 EcoBoost, and it's going to be the most versatile. The 2.7 is going to be zippier than the 5-liter, but I wouldn't be able to tow. I don't think you'll be able to tow as much with the 2.7 than you can with the 5-liter. And the 5-liter to me is just a workhorse. You have flex fuel capability. You can drive it anywhere, do whatever. It's not really going to hinder you any way, shape, or form. And if you ever want to go blower, you buy a Whipple or Edelbrock, put that bitch on, fucking run the 11s, and you're good to go. And you'll. Okay, so Midlife Crisis Auto and Tech. Great. If that's the actual shop name, that's kind of funny. My dude, I'm asking you for your best guess as to rear wheel horsepower. I'll have on my 2016 PP1. Trim doesn't matter. PP1, PP2, LMNOP, trim doesn't matter. With PMAS cold air, MBRP catback doesn't matter for power either. And performance tune from Lund, everything else stock 93 gas. So you can have in the low 400 horsepower range. I want to say 410 tops if the fuel is real sweet. Don't come at me saying, "Oh, I saw a guy make 450." Bullshit. You'll be lucky to get 410, 405. If the fuel is real sweet, you might touch 415. The biggest thing that's going to hinder your performance is going to be what's in between the catback and the engine. And if you want to free it up, depending on your state laws and if you can get away with it or not, that's really going to free up literally like 15 horsepower. And that's where the guys make 430, 420, on pump gas. And then when they go 85, they make 440, 445, close to 450. That's basically what you're going to end up getting with the mods that you listed. So Danny Venegas put a $500 as it. Alex, LS7 or LS3? Okay. So, because I'm not real familiar with the LS shit, I'm going to Google that shit because I know the LS3 is a 6.2. What is the LS7? Okay, it is a 427. LS7 is a 427 7-liter engine. Well, you can't go wrong with a 7-liter. Shit, get the 7-liter. Get the LS7 if you got the money. I remember when I worked at Bomberas, we did a couple of LS7 installs on cars and 6.2s. The 6.2 didn't impress me in stock form, but once you put a cam and an intake in it, it actually moved out pretty decent for what it was. The problem is it's the chassis that it's in. It's shit and heavy, although the new ones are much lighter. Okay, so LS3 with a tube stock intake, MMR cam. Okay, MD Boost just gave me money and said, play it. Thank you for the $2. I'll buy some a medium Dunkin' Donuts coffee with that. So Space Fraz says, Roush is supposed to be coming out with a phase 2 package with a low temp radiator. You know what? It's not going to help. I love you. When I was working at BMP, we got one of the first, we literally got, I can say this now because I don't work there anymore. We got a front feed blower like a year before it came out. And it was in Track Attack. And it had a dual pass, triple pass, dual fan heat exchanger. That bitch still got hot. It made a lot of power. Look, it made with an 85 millimeter pulley and pump gas, it made like 7 something. We're like, woo, it made power. But the IATs were on the hot side and they don't really recover that well than the previous generation intercooler. So even if Roush comes out with a phase 2, whatever the hell, what they need to do is come out with a better designed intercooler because either the brick is no good, it's too narrow, not enough surface area. Because when you look at the intercooler brick next to the 15 to 17 intercooler brick, even the 11 to 14 intercooler brick, there's a lot less area and it's taller. It's like taller and longer than, longer, not taller, longer and narrower than the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. So to me, the Gen 3 Roush blower is a non-starter. Like, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. I love the TVS. I love Roush. I had a good relationship with him when Nick Schaefer was working there. But if you're going to spend $8,000 on a kit, Edelbrock or Whipple before anything Roush. Danny Zaragoza said 412 horsepower. He's about right. So Jose Gonzalez says, any news on the new MFP Australia 2018 intercooler for Roush superchargers? Now that's the interesting one. I don't know. I've been out of the loop on MFP once I went to Edelbrock. Didn't really have a need for their products, although I support their products 100%, and they're great people. I don't know about it. I'm out of the loop. I'm literally out of the loop on that. I work for Lund Racing, and we tune whatever's in front of us. So when I was at BMP, of course, I had to promote our product. That kind of handcuffs you a little bit because there's better shit out there. but you can't really say anything. But I still love a Gen 2, Gen 2R kit. I think that's killer for something that's on the stock bottom end with a Gen 2 motor. Can make 800 on the 85 like nothing. Do you want to make 1,000 on whatever? I mean, that's roll racing power. You're not going to use 1,000 on the street in a dig situation. It'll be a roll racing car at the end of the day. So that's really up to you if you want to kind of go that route. I think a Gen 2, Gen 2R is fine, but I don't know much about the MFP intercoolers. I know that my billet lower intercooler worked really well, and it didn't necessarily see lower IATs. It saw way better recovery time. KC Godzilla says, looking at getting an MT82 2019 5.0. Should I still be worried about the trans being glass? So my 2019, I have raced a lot of people recently. I've raced a C7Z, a C7 Corvette, not a Z. Beat it barely. I power shifted every gear at 8,000 RPM, so went right in. Because I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck it. If it's gonna break, let it fucking break. Who cares, right? Man, that thing went right in the gear. Now, obviously, if you had a better clutch and it released in between gears, because some of these cars are still having high RPM lockout. If you had a better clutch, and Mantic has a clutch, and so does McLeod, it'll help. I think the weak link in all of these transmissions is the forks, which is crazy to me, but I think you put less strain on the forks, excuse me, if you can have the trans or have the clutch release so that the gear change is quicker. I hate a watt box. I hate driver aids. I like breathing on the gas a little bit. Just get good at, breathing on the gas a little bit and doing a gear change. And you don't necessarily have to power shift it and just kind of manipulate the clutch. I think if you learn how to drive the car and you know what the trans doesn't like, you can have it live a long life. And no more power shifting. Like, fuck power shifting. Seriously, power shifting is a thing of the past if you can quick shift the car. Power shifting, in my opinion, beats up on trans components and drivetrain components when you don't really have to. Oh gosh, someone just paid me 20 bucks and I'm just gonna go right to him. Maurice Cooper. I have the current naturally aspirated fastest, or I think, wait, what the fuck did he just say? I currently have the NA fastest, or I think is the fastest truck. Oh my God, the way he worded this question, I'm gonna read it how he worded it. I have the current NA fastest, or I think is, would you do to get the truck more known? It is a 2018 5.0 regular cab, Cobra Jet intake headers, slick, no weight reduction, 11.6, waiting on my converter. So I think I'm gonna, I speak jive. So I think he means he owns the quickest, to his knowledge, truck, NA, 5 liter with a Cobra Jet, 11.6. I don't know the way you want to basically get it known and start posting videos of the runs, start going on Facebook, F-150 forums and groups and just blow it up. Not literally blow it up, but put shit out there. Put your truck out there. Start a page, call it a stupid fucking name. Make an Instagram handle, do something. Put some girl with a biggest set of tits you've ever seen to pose on the hood. That's how you get your shit known if you want that kind of shit. Or, you can just kind of post it here and there, make YouTube videos. That's what everyone else does. Even slow motherfuckers are making YouTube videos. So if you want to get it more known, you have to do the work. I'm not going to do it for you. I don't know who you are from Adam. Are we tuning it? Probably not. So I'm not going to promote it. No offense. But if you want to get it out there and get it known and seen, you got to do the work. That's what I did. I mean, I was a nobody and I put out a video every day for 30 days straight. That's how I got known on Facebook. Every day I put out a video for 30 days straight. Then those videos got recycled. Then I backed it down to 3 days a week. Then I backed it down to 2 days a week. Then it was like once a month. And then I started a YouTube channel, The rest is history. Thanks for the money, by the way. Okay, so, boy. Someone said Bondo Bird was just $199, but I still paid. Wait, Bondo Bird, did you ask a question? I'm sorry if I missed it. Let me go back. KC Godzilla, Indie Boost. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I'm really sorry if I do. So I'm not trying to. Yeah, Bondo Bird. Okay, perfect. Bondo Bird says Whipple's 3 liter will soon be out for the Terminator GT500. It better make 1200. It better make 1200. Whipple already has a 4-liter. Whipple already has a 4-liter. Okay, they have a 4-liter. They have a 3-something, and they have the 2.9. Now, if you're saying with the Gen 4 rotor pack or all this shit, okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, they already have big blowers out there that make 1200 horsepower. So why would anyone that already has that blower get another blower that's smaller and hopefully makes the same horsepower? It kind of doesn't make sense. In my opinion, if you own a GT500, just buy a 4-liter Whipple, put it on the shit, big massive blower, big massive pulley, and you'll have plenty of overhead. And then if you ever want to turn it up, get a smaller pulley on it, E85, and party that way. You don't need to buy the latest and greatest. I would say the same thing about a stock Trinity blower. Trinity blower, you can make 800 wheel with a Trinity blower. With cams, you can make close to 900 wheel with a stock Trinity blower and E85. And then with a regular Gen 3, we already made 1100. And then with a new Gen 3R, you can make 1200. Again, it's crazy how much power we're making nowadays. But do you really need all that bullshit? Do you? If you think you do, have at it. It's all out there. And sorry, Bondo Bird, I wanted to get back to you, so I got you. What's wrong with MMR cam? Someone asks. You must be new here. You must be new here. Someone puts $10. That's actually a funny way to get my attention. $10. C10 fuel FTW, especially for my EcoBoost. I don't know. He just made a statement. And then they're talking LS7s. Okay. Was 1062, now 1055 at 133 with clutch issue. That's what Dark One, Tim Anders, says about hit the fastest, quickest and fastest S550 on the planet, Lund tune. YOLO, Gustavo Villegas. YOLO, my car has gone. Hold on, let me take a drink. I'm getting all. My car has gone 10.6 at 130 with a VMP on VMP on VMP. I'm confused. With a 79mm pulley. How fast do you think I'll go if I do the 75 and C16? Full weight car, auto, thanks. I have a guy with a Whipple, Gen 2, sorry, Gen 3 or Gen 2. Whipple Gen 3 running 1030s on pump gas and a little octane booster. So if you go on C16, you can probably get about 21 degrees, 22 degrees out of it pretty easily. I wouldn't ring it out and go 23 hardcore. But yeah, with a 75mm and C16, you probably could touch a 9 on a good day, good weather. Depending on just tuning it, shift it at about 7,500 RPM, you might get yourself into the 9s. Bondo Bird says you missed my paid statement player. I did. What? Bondo Bird, are you on crack? I just oh yeah, I got it. That was the Whipple Gen 3 for the GT500. Maurice Cooper, I already got Maurice Cooper. It's funny how this thing kind of puts it up there. It kind of segments them differently. So sometimes I skip it, but I don't mean to skip it because then it pops up on top. Midwest Racing League says, why does Lund fanboy? Why does Lund fanboy the peasant Coyote GT500 when the 4.6 has been faster than any Mon motor for to no far? Okay, I don't know what the hell he just said, but stock computer, like a stock computer 4.6 has been faster than any stock computer GT500 or Coyote, because I think the fastest stock computer, meaning stock shit that came from Ford, is 790s. And it is down here in Florida. And it's verifiable. So, and it's in a GT500 that weighs 3,700 pounds. Stock computer. Find me any stock computer 4.6 anything running anywhere close to that number. I mean, I'll wait. That's what we deal with. We're not fanboys. We deal with stock OEM operating systems. It's not a fanboy thing. It's a operating system thing. Does YOLO tune Corvettes? Nope, I don't tune Corvettes. No, thank you. Someone just gave me $5 and didn't say anything. Just, oh, message retracted. That's funny. So you paid and then you said, let me take that shit back. Holy shit, we're approaching 400 people watching. That's crazy. I've never had the number 400 pop up on any live stream. So that's real cool. Okay, so this guy's basically talking shit. He paid twice to say the same thing. Interesting. Alex Edelbrock, Shit. Alex, Edelbrock 2650 or VMP Gen 3R? Well, I'm a front feed fan for a lot of reasons. In my opinion, Edelbrock front feed is the future of the TVS. Serious. Yeah, oh, because you got one. There's a reason I got one. You could port your current Gen 3 and save a bunch of money if you really want to do it that way, or just buy the already ported version. But you know what I would do if I already have a Gen 3, right? I'd port that. Send it to Brett Barber at Racer's Edge or Jason Teixeira at 1320. Boop, and be done with it, and probably make about the same horsepower. But you still need to feed the rotors better, and nothing feeds the rotors better than in the front. Front feed is the future, period. Who wants to help my question get noticed? Nicholas Vaughn. See, you should have just kept asking the question. Kevin Primon says, well, Primon, 2.3 VMP versus a VMP 2650, which makes more torque at the same power level? Interesting. That's an interesting question. So the 2.3 might make more torque because it's wound up tighter and it has more restriction. So if you know how it works, boost is a measure of restriction. If you have more of a restriction, you have more torque. But the VMP 2650 is going to make more horsepower regardless. So in my opinion, if you're going to stick at about 800, okay, if you're going to stick to 800 rear wheel horsepower, 2.3 is fine. If you want to make more than that easier, or that horsepower easier and maybe a little less torque, the 2650 is the way to go. Super chat, the more you spend, the more it goes to the top. Excellent. I didn't know that because a lot of people get moved around and I'm trying not to. I wish they had a separate window that put the questions in there and they stayed in there, but they don't. 3 cents. Where is that? Someone said 3 cents. I'll find it later. Someone just paid and it just went all over the place. Chevy guys are mad because GM is locking the ECU on the new Corvette. Dude, they're going to get around that. Don't worry. Give them a month to fucking get around that shit. Why no TVS for the GT350? I don't know. That's a good question. No one has really taken a GT350 and put a TVS on it. I think it would be awesome. The knock sensors would hate life, but I think it's a good idea. Like a Gen 3 in a Gen 3 in a GT350 at like 11 pounds of boost, like a fucking 3.0 pulley. Be badass. I got a free super chat. Here's $2. Thank you, Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy. N2MB watt box thoughts. I hate watt boxes. I hate driver aids. A lot of people go, but it lets you go into gear easier. Like when you shift, it goes into gear easier, right? And then it makes a big explosion. And then every single person that has a watt box, every single motherfucker that has a watt box, you go to the track, you hear them shift, you're like, that guy's got a watt box. Why? Because there's a massive delay in the shifts. Massive delay in the shifts. Yeah, it gets you into gear easier because of the spark cut. But then you hear, pop. I'm like, dude, breathe on the throttle. You'll have a quicker shift. Trust me. No driver aids for me. I hate driver aids. Alex, any new personal best at the gym? No, I haven't done any power stuff. It's summertime, so I'm in the middle of a cut. And for those of you that lift, you know what a cut means. It means that I'm just trying to, get beach ready so I can, see some of the shit that I've been working all winter for. But no, I'm not going to do any personal best. I'm not going to deadlift 500. Although I'll try it depending at the end of my cut, see how I feel. And I'll go back and see if I can still lift what I can lift. And then that'll kind of tell me if my cut was successful or too severe. Cobra Jet versus ported 2018 intake. Cobra Jet, always. Don't listen to anyone else that says anything else. Cobra Jet is top dog, always. How to tune 3-valve aftermarket camshaft. Oof, Jesus, I'm not going to give you a whole tutorial on that shit. You know what you do? You sell it and get a Coyote. How much money have you made right now? I don't know. It's like 50 bucks, 55, 60 bucks. It's cool. Last time on the last super chat thing, I ended up making, I think 170, 180 bucks, which I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. But I try to answer the questions. I'm not just like, hey, just give me money. Fuck that. I like to, you got to get something for your money. So Sean Klein says, I've heard through the grapevine that Ken Bell is coming out with a supercharger for the 350. Do you know anything about this? And if so, any recommendation over Whipple? Honestly, it's such a well-tested, it's such a well-vetted combination that and all you're really going to make on a stock GT350 is about 850 wheel safely on E85 with the stock pumps and dual booster pumps, that I wouldn't even bother looking at any other supercharger. Whipple has it licked. It's a good setup. It runs. We got a great tune for it. I don't see any reason to do that. 404 people watching. First time I have passed the 400 people threshold. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. See if I miss any questions. Nope. We're good. So Gustavo Villegas gave me $2 and says, thank you. Maurice Cooper, again. Jesus, Maurice. Says, would not mind trying Lund. I know you guys are good, but I need more one-on-one. You guys are so busy that it's hard. I pay a guy to go to the track with me and get it done. I would pay Lund a lot to do it. You got to understand, you can't pay us enough. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. To pull a tuner away from what he does and plop him in front of an F-150, look, nobody, no offense, nobody's looking to race F-150s. Nobody is looking to race F-150s. Maybe down in the Valley, maybe down in Texas, maybe down in Louisiana. But the vast majority of people grab their F-150 and tow their boat with it and go to the grocery store with it and tow their, their side-by-side to the, to the dunes, or they do not race it. So to pull, we do something that might be worth our while in the long run. That's why we stick to Mustang and GT500, because that's our bread and butter. Because if we develop a tune for a vehicle, then we can just boom, 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 sell it. It is a business, okay? It is a business. So for us to take a tuner out and say, let's go in person and data log all day on an F-150 with a Cobra Jet intake, how many tunes like that do you think we're gonna sell? 4, 5, 10, 20? At the end of the day, you're fine if you do remote trackside support. We have trackside support you can pay for on the website, and that literally allocates a tuner to be at the ready to receive logs. If you want someone to like pull the log for you and take it out and check your car, you know how much tuners get paid to be with cars at the track? Like, let's say high-end tuners, super high-end tuners that go to the track, like RVW cars, Radial versus the World, or X275 cars. You know how much each tuner gets paid per car, per event? Like $3,000 to $5,000. I don't think you're willing to pay that. And I wouldn't want you to pay that because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to us. It's not worth it to you. If you do remote trackside support where you pay extra to have us review logs you sample, and you get us the information, and we look at the information there, right then and there at night, to send you a tune back, there is that option on the website. A lot of people haven't exercised it. You know what people do? They go, oh, I got my tune. I'll be at the track tonight. You're going to be on tonight? I'm like, did you pay for remote trackside support? No. Then I guess I'll see the log tomorrow. Ugh. We have the service. You just have to take advantage of it. How much do you weigh, Alex? 223 today. Today, 223. If I take a pretty good size shit, I might get 222.9, but I don't need to shit. So 223 today. 5'11", 223. Max reps, sun's out. Exactly. So what I've done is I used to do 185, 250, and then 315, and then back it down, pyramid, up, down. Now I just do a shitload of 185, a shitload of 225, and maybe some 250, and then back it down. So I do 6 sets of 15 reps. That's one exercise. Then I do 3 chest, 2 tricep, so 5 total exercises. Then I go to the treadmill or the bike for like 20 minutes. Someone's like, damn, Alex has made $97 already. Thank you. 419 people. Blows my mind. Damn, Alex made 97 already. How do you put a Cobra Jet intake manifold on a GT50 just like you do on anything else? You put it on and it makes good power. Like, it legit makes good power. I'm surprised people are not putting CJ intakes on GT350s. They rev to 8,200 RPMs stock. The stock rev limiter on a GT350 is 8,200. So imagine how high you can zing it with a Cobra Jet and how much more power it'll make up there. Think about it. Someone's sending me a bunch of eggplants. Damn. Max boost from a TVS for a Coyote swap F-150 block with everything internally for a Mustang except pistons. So it's stock GT Coyote 10-5 compression. Boost on pump gas, I wouldn't go more than 11 or 12. On E85, I would stay in the 750 rural horsepower range, or yeah, about 750 tops. Boy, actually no, 700. If it's a Gen 1, 700. You treat it just like a Coyote Gen 1 Mustang Coyote because it still has kind of weakish rods, but it has lower compression, so you can shove more boost down it, and it'll require more boost to make the same power, but a half point of compression isn't really that big of an issue, but you can get away with maybe a pulley size down. If you're running an 82 on a Coyote, you could probably get away with a 79 on an F-150 motor. Manny Hernandez. Hey, Alex, I'm debating whether I should get a cat or catless American Racing LTH for my 2018 Mustang. How limiting are catalytic converters on horsepower gains? I cannot recommend you remove any equipment, but if you do have a free-flowing exhaust, we have seen up to 20 horsepower gains. Bicho, Paydu, Steeda closed box versus PMAS in Puerto Rico temps. Ooh. Okay. Luis Joel Delgado, I'm going to make sure you pay me, Bicho, because if you didn't pay me, Bicho, I'm going to be like, Bicho, you didn't pay me, Bicho. Where's my money, Bicho? I'm kidding. I'll still answer your question, Bicho. Don't you worry about that, Bicho. Let me just look. Let me scroll up, Bicho. No, I don't see a Bicho, so I'm going to answer it anyway, Bicho. So the PMAS cold air intake in Puerto Rico temps, which is similar to Florida temps, you're going to see higher IATs with the PMAS because it has an open air element. The Steeda has a closed air box. Rami Zaidan has built a customer in Puerto Rico heat, a 10-second naturally aspirated Mustang we fucked with for a while. And it's a basic car. It's got a little weight reduction, E85 long tubes, Steeda closed air box, $10.99. Not a gutted motherfucker, but you know, some weight reduction. He put a set of Kirkies, and I think the rear seat's out. That's it. They love full weight cars in Puerto Rico. They don't like gutting cars. It's like a point of pride. So I think the Steeda closed airbox is the best out of those two. Remember. Now the Steeda closed airbox has had some of their cold airs have a bit of an idle issue based on the MAF signal. The MAF signal isn't the best, but it is a closed air system, and that wide open throttle, it's probably going to perform a little better than an open air element in heat. Elnar Ingi Andrianson. Holy shit, what a name. Hello, Alex. What would be your blow recommendation for 2017 GT manual 373s and no plans to build the engine running max 100 octane? Thanks. A 2.3 TVS, Gen 2R, a Roush 2.3, Edelbrock 2.6 front feed, but a stage 1, not a stage 2. Any of those, you can live at 650 to 700 wheel, chill, hang out, not worry about blowing the shit up, and drivability is not an issue. The way of the future, the way of the future, the way of the future. Is that a movie reference? Thoughts on the 5.4 Navigator engine running Coyote computer and lock cams? I don't care. I love you. I don't care about the 5.4 Navigator engine. I don't care. What do you think of the ported AT intake from VMP? It's fine. It's as good as the Lethal ported 18. It's as good as a Brett Barber ported 18. It's as good as a 1320 ported 18. It's a ported 18. If you're out there paying $700 to $800 on ported 18 manifolds, shame on you. Save up for a Cobra Jet. What the fuck are you doing? Still scrolling. I caught some of the old ones, so I'm getting texted like crazy. Oh my god, you guys are going crazy. Hold on. Okay. E85, worth it on a stock board tune. Mustang or truck? Truck, yes. So if it's if it's an F-150, yeah, you can throw E85 on it. Don't you dare throw E85 on a stock Mustang without a tune. Don't, please. Matt Kalpelser says, so the Cobra Jet intake manifold is a simple bolt-on for the 350. Anything special needed? Just like a S550, dude. It's got evap delete, I'm sure you're going to have to fuck with. It's got throttle body electronics, this and that. Look, it's the same. It's the same. The computer that controls the GT350 is the same computer that controls the 15 and up Mustang. It just has a different, it's a tri-core. It's a tri-core. So you can put a 350 intake on a GT350. It's as simple as bolting it on. I don't see why people haven't done it in the past. Is it a direct bolt on? Is there a kit? No, you have to get creative. And I'm sure there's some tubes you got to plug and this and this and that. But that's what hot rodding is all about, no? Figuring shit out. There is no 350 specific CJ manifold kit. No, there's no such thing, dude. Come on. What are you doing? Mr. Clean Chat. It is, dude. It's pretty good today. So I shaved it yesterday because I had a date. Well, I thought. Who knows? The funny thing is, this live stream literally caused a girl that I was talking to stop talking to me. I'll give you the story. So this is part of my personal life, which I don't like to put out there, but she's not talking anymore, so it don't matter. So last week, there's like a girl that gets on here, is like, oh my God, Alejandro, oh my God. You know, she's like a fangirl. And I said, look, if you were really about that life, you'd be DMing me and we'd be getting together. That girl heard that, thought that I was serious, and was like, I'm offended. And I guess I understand, but at the end of the day, this is what I do. And if I can't talk shit, the name of the show is Talking Shit. So if I can't talk shit, then we're not right for each other. So yeah, that was an interesting story. 11 to 14 Illuminator Coyote, safe around 8 to 850 wheel. And what boost level do you think are safe? 11 to 14 Illuminators are good for 1,000. You know, I mean, you might lift the head at that boost level, but they're good at 800. Gen 2 motors are good at 800, 850. So an Illuminator is going to be even better. Do you enjoy tuning max up for NA builds? Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm doing the red car. I want to see how far I can take that. How do you feel about the Panda 2.0 Mustang? Paul's, it's not even running yet, so I'll let you know when it's running. 3 drinks so far for the free flowing exhaust. Thinking of selling my GT for a new Camry. Thoughts? Okay. Did you get the girl pregnant? Actually, the new Camrys are actually pretty good looking, but I mean, I get it. If you need a daily driver, doesn't really get much better than a Camry. It's, you know, fucking mom car, but whatever. Any issues leaving a second gear on the 6R80? Anything that could go wrong? His 373 gear Circle D 3C 8 pounds making 630 wheel. No. A lot of the fastest 6R80s in Gen 2s leave on second gear. 6R80s on Gen 2s. No. There's a couple that are quicker, but like 8.0s, like there's a couple Aldo Welds cars which are fast becoming some of the fastest S550s on the planet. Have second gear leave and they run like 8.0s. S197 or S550, street and strip car. Advantage, disadvantages. S197 will be easier to hook. Like you'll have an easier time making it hook. S550s will be more expensive to keep everything good. Like axles are fucking $1,500, dude. Suspension components are stupid. The Donnie that used to work at Power by the Hour, it went 930s with stock suspension. Stock suspension, nothing done to it. When he upgraded the control arms and some springs, it ended up going like 910. So street strip, S197 with the Gen 2 motor, that's the way to do it. Cipotel, is it Cipotel or Cipote, whatever, or Shiputi. Any issues leaving in second gear? Oh, he did it again. No issues leaving in second gear. Just a 5.0, you Venezuelan, so you guys are talking to each other. That's good. Joe Daniel says, 2013 Roush making 640 wheel, auto. Want to make 750 wheel. Any idea on a cost for a motor build and fuel system brands? On a 2013 Roush, what you want to do is get a Gen 2 bottom end on it. Okay, get a Gen 2 bottom end, and I think they go for $1,850 with a core. Okay, so that you're into a bottom end that supports 800 wheel, no problem, for about $1,800 with a core. Then you get a 4 Innovations Level 2 system with an FC2 controller. You get ID 1000s or ID 1050Xs and a tune. High 700s, 9 seconds for fuel systems like $2,100. Injectors like 1,000, 3,200, about $5,500, $5,600 plus labor. You can have a pretty damn good built combination. It's a good idea to get the transmission service, maybe get a power by the hour built trans. It's going to cost you about $3,000 or so to get a badass transmission. If you want a billet planetary, that's a smart option also. So less than $7,500 or less than $8,000, you can have yourself a stout 9-second Roush Mustang. Other people are like, well, we're gonna get a fully built motor. Then they spend $17,000 on the motor alone. Are you fucking on crack? No, Gen 2 motor, and you're good to go. Is it worth buying a used 2015 GT? Absolutely. Alex, long time. Keep it up. My personal opinion is you're the best Mustang YouTuber. Speak facts. Oh, I appreciate that. I have a Cobra Jet intake, 18 Mustang. My man, G Money. I tuned probably 6 or 7 of those combinations, and they all roll out. They all make power. They all are super happy, and they straight roll people on the street. Not a lot of them are hardcore drag racers, and they don't really show an ET, but they do mostly street stuff. And every single guy that's gotten a Cobra Jet intake in their 18 Mustang is elated as to how better it drives over the 18 manifold and how much more power it makes. Okay. 1,800 from where? Ford. It's $1,800 with a core. You got to understand what with a core means. It means that you have to provide an engine back. Okay. It could be a hole in the block, but power, when they first came out, they were $1,800. Tasca, maybe you can call Tasca. Maybe they can give you, I think the Gen 3 bottom ends are $1,800. So you can get a Gen 3 bottom end, Gen 2 heads, Gen 1 cams, which they call the 321 package that Midnight Performance labeled it. You got to get the right head gaskets. You got a combo that supports 850 to 900 real horsepower. No problem. Maurice, you just keep giving me money. I would gladly pay $5,000 to get my truck dialed in. That's how much it means to me. From here, there's another 10 that makes it 40 for me. You're welcome. Thanks, Maurice. Maurice, why don't you do this? Why don't you email, and I'm going to put it right here, okay? support@lundracing.com. When you email support@lundracing.com, tell them exactly what you've told me. I have a Cobra Jet F-150. I want to go max effort. I want to work with you guys. I want to make my shit famous. I want to be known. I want to have the fastest motherfucker. I want to swing my dick, and I want you guys to tune it. We'll talk to you. We'll see what it takes. We might even tune the truck depending on the combination if we like it. And if we, again, don't expect magic right up front. The good thing about us is we're willing to keep working with you as long as you're willing to keep data logging for us, okay? A lot of people say, oh, I tried the first tune. It's shit. It's slower. Well, maybe there was something that was unforeseen. Maybe we have to work on the combination better, but we're willing to work with you with it. We have remote trackside support. We have the best tuning on the planet, the most access than anyone else has. So give that an email, and we'll see what we can do, man. Pat says, Alex, daily driven in Chicago. Oof, Chicago. 50 miles per day, 93 octane going to 450. Fuck, it's like 320 here. With the new gas tax. Ooh, 2.7 eco, 3.5 eco, or 50 F-150. We'll be tuned for 93 octane. 2.7 eco. I mean, you're complaining about fuel mileage. So 2.7 eco. 2.7 eco truck. Because the 5 liter is not going to be that great on gas. The 2.7 eco will be good and zippy. So you'll have the best of both worlds. The 3.5 is going to be good on gas, but it's not going to be as good as the 2.7. It's going to be more powerful. So again, 2.7 is mid, decent fuel mileage, good power, almost 400 wheel. 3.5, you can make a lot of power. 5.0, about 380 wheel or 360 wheel, and the 10 speed, and it runs really well. So you can kind of answer your own question. I would get the 5 liter all day because I always want to throw a blower on it. Should you do a Cobra Jet with a Supercharger? If you can make it fit, I don't see why not. It doesn't tune that much different than like a regular, like a VMP setup based on the throttle body. What are, oh my God, you guys are going crazy. Two SSRS. You paid me $2,000. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. 2,000 on Gen 3 with a core. Nice. So there you go. 2,000 on Gen 3 with a core. So you got to find a core. How much you guys make per month? How much do you guys make per month? Like Lund Racing? I don't know. No idea. We tune a lot of cars though, because I woke up Monday to 70, and that was at least 30 of them were new tunes. And every day after that, it's been 20, 30, 40, 50 new tunes. So we tune quite a bit. We're busy. Who do you recommend to build a Coyote motor to hold 1200 horsepower? We got it built by L&M, and then Keith Rhea from Wonder Racing ended up building the second motor. So Keith Rhea, Wonder Racing, or L&M. That's who I recommend. And don't ask any, well, you don't recommend this one? I said who I recommend, and that is L&M or Wonder Racing. That's who did John Sr.'s Blue Goose, and it made 1500 wheel. I'm about to buy a 2019 A10. Any performance reasons to buy the 301A package over the 300A? I'll Lund tune the car ASAP. I think it's about comfort. Performance-wise, you're going to have the most basic bitch car on the planet. Like, no amenities. Basic bitch. Because less shit, less electronics, less wiring, less weight. How much power do I need to get my 13 GT full weight in the 899 or better range at the track? Like 1,050 to 1,100 wheel. 1,000 to 1,100 wheel. Full weight. And it'll go low 9 or high 8. What are the best options for 14 Flex EcoBoost? 14 Flex EcoBoost. I want to build a sleeper. No idea. I think we tune it because the 2735 is the same shit. But at the end of the day, I don't know shit about the Flex. So what rear gear and tire size would you recommend for leading and second gear on a 6R80? Car traps 130 seconds. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 331. 331. Best advice for someone with minimal tuning know-how to get into tuning field professionally. Brandon Watson. Befriend a tuner. I know there's tuning schools out there. I don't want to rag on tuning schools, but I can rag on tuning schools. But I'm not going to rag on tuning schools. Befriend a tuner. Find a tuner that is willing to take you under his wing a little bit, teach you something, and maybe you can absorb some of it, and then you're going to have to just kind of play around with it. Our boss heads and comp cams with it on an N8 E85 FBO CJ Gen 1 Coyote. Yes. Yes. FBO, I took the bolt and I fully bolted it on. Alan Eduardo, my man. Took the words right out of my mouth. Alex, Big OGTT says, Alex, I heard the VMP is coming out with a new blower with the 1819 Mustang. Do you think I should go VMP or Whipple? It's mostly manual street car. Look. Go with what's out there now, right? Better, the devil you know, as opposed to something new that might not be vetted, the tuning isn't figured out, blah, 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 blah. The devil you know. Whipple has it now. Edelbrock has it now. One of those two. When are you going to actually autocross? Dude, I've been so busy with tuning. I don't have any fucking time to do anything. But Palm Beach International Raceway has now opened a monthly autocross meet for $75. Frank Perdomo did it last month. I will be at that one, and I will start autocrossing that piece of junk. Power increases with octane booster. S197 first gen Coyote, mostly stock. Maybe 10 to 15, for depending on octane. It's basically bumping up the octane to about 100 octane if you use like Boostane, Torco, or Octanium. Procharger or Root Supercharger is better for 3-valve 302 stroke with 10-point compression ratio. Why are the people in the Middle East so concerned about compression ratio? Okay, why are you so concerned about compression ratio? 10.8 compression ratio. Is the Roots better than a, look, it doesn't matter, right? It's the fuel that you're using. I don't care what compression you have. If you're using E85, I fucking 13 to 1. I don't give a shit. But if you have a 91 or 98 RON, which is like 91 octane, and then you're talking about compression, don't talk to me about compression. That bitch better be 8 to 5 because that shit sucks over there. I can't believe you guys are sitting on oil and you have the worst quality fuel on the planet. Fuck you, Alex. Oh, shit. Did you bang that date last night? No, I did not. And I don't think I'd tell you if I did. So the answer is going to be no. I'm not that big of a piece of shit, dude. Come on. Safety? What's Safety? Hussein Hejazi? What is Safety? Did you mean salty? Full torque FBO. John F paid me $2 to type $20. That's wonderful. Ah, it's funny as shit. Hey, here's $2 to tell you $20. Calamar built MT72. What the fuck is that? Or T56. MT72. Stop. If he removes a gear with the MT72. I want to do road course racing sometimes. Should I go with the Vortec or a higher PM or TVS because mostly on the street? If you're going to do road course racing, go with the Vortec. The power delivery, I think, is better for road racing. And I think the air-to-air at low boost works a little better than a TVS unit. LOL 513 says 17 GT with a catback and 85 tune, 18 manifold or long tube headers next. Get an 18 manifold. Long tube headers, you're not going to really gain a bunch of horsepower with long tube headers over a cat delete, which I will be testing soon. I mean, a free flowing exhaust. The red car has a free flowing exhaust right now and it made like 404 rear horsepower. I'm going to install a set of long tubes and see if it picks up anything. I'm going to try to do this. Make a pull that morning. Put the long tubes on with dumps. I'm not going to run it out the back and make a pull there. Oh, it's not a back-to-back test. Oh, who gives a shit? It's my test. Fuck you. Okay, road course and until you learn. Road course and until you learn. I don't know what they're saying. Oh my God. Alex, do you get a lot of Paxton customers? Oh my God, yeah, we get a lot of Paxton customers that come back to get revised tubes because they ultimately are happy with the kit's drivability. No, the drivability is mostly throttle body related, and the drivability, I don't think the kid has an issue with drivability. I don't think any centrifugal blower has bad drivability, okay? I think it has performance issues, you know, like when you can't get it up, like on the shift because it knocks on the shift, because maybe it's really lazy down low. A lot of people get a centrifugal supercharger and they're blown away that it's super lazy down low. Oh, my God, this thing's so lazy down low. Well, no shit, it's a centrifugal supercharger. There's no torque to be had under 2,000 RPMs. Under 3,000, hell, under 4,000 RPMs, there's no torque to be had. Brett McKinney says, I run 750s on pump B85R Burble Cam ass juice. John F says, you tuned my car NMRA Joliet a few years ago. Just wanted you to know I appreciated the job you did. John F, NMRA Joliet. I tuned a blue convertible, a red S197. Dude, I tuned like, holy shit, I tuned a blue 3-valve that made like almost 700 wheel. I tuned a red Cobra. I tuned a truck. I made a dyno pull with a notchback, turbo, pushrod car. John F. And I think that was a GT500. Yes, a blue 10 GT500 that got an injector upgrade. And I tuned an S197. I'm sorry, an S550 automatic car. Wow, I actually remember that. You never answered him on the MT82 versus T56. Oh, shit, sorry. I just got busy making fun of him. T56. Now, Ben Calamar's MT82s are badass. And actually, you know, if it's a stage 3 MT82, get an MT82 because you save money on the clutch and the drive shaft. T56, you got to buy clutch, drive shaft, shifter, cross member, the whole 9 yards. So you'll save money. Ben Calamar built MT82. Mike Wolverton says, the wife is listening. It's almost my birthday. Tell my wife it's a good idea to let me buy a blower. Mike Wolverton's wife, you got to understand, if you quote, now any man that says my wife let me buy anything, your man card has to be sent in, okay? But you got to understand, if you let him buy a blower, he'll appreciate you so much. He might eat it from the back. He might eat it from the back. Oh, shit. Alex, I have an AD tuned 2013 GT and recently bought my car for advanced track service error and power steering error. But they say they're having trouble accessing my car's computer. What do I do? Return to stock if you can, because I'm sure AED locks up his shit. And that's smart to do so because it's proprietary information. So he locks it up. So you got to return to stock. Oh, return to stock. Yeah, you want your shit fixed? Return to stock. Let me get that balloon knot, babe. You like my answer? You got to understand, ladies, there's not that many ladies watching because this is a sausage fest. Because if there's a girl that shows up and says anything, so much dicks are going to be thrown at her, it's not even funny. But when you, if you're in that situation, that I can't even imagine being in that situation when I have to ask my wife for something. Like, oh, baby, I make the bulk of the income. Or, okay, if she makes the bulk of the income, or you guys have a joint bank account, you do all that bullshit, whew, he'll owe you. Remember that too. He'll owe you. So anytime, you know, he pops off on some shit, take the trash out, motherfucker, I let you buy a supercharger, take the trash out, and then eat it from the back after a jog. Oh, shit. This money for my lunch tomorrow. Read my question. This money, oh, this is like a ghetto. This money for my lunch tomorrow. Read my question. Favo Khalid. Favo Khalid. No, that's Mike Wolverton. Brent McKinney. The root beer. Oh, maybe you meant read that one? I guess he meant read that one. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss him. Nope, I did not miss him. I think he's just telling me to read that. Interesting. Return fuel system is needed when? So a return fuel system, you got to understand, gone are the days where a boosted pump is enough to fuel a boosted car, a boosted pump with the E85. I think a return system is needed whenever you're going to run E85 on a boosted car. Pump gas, you might be able to get away, or not just pump gas, but a denser fuel like C16, Q16, VP C110, C60, all that bullshit. You can get away with a booster pump and the stock pump with a booster pump at about 700 wheel, or maybe a D-Torque 400 with a booster pump. But the moment you go E85 and a less dense fuel is introduced, now you have to get bigger lines, return style system, because I am not going to rely on a stock pump with a booster pump to fuel your boosted car and hope it's going to be enough fuel volume-wise. Boosted E85, you absolutely have to get a return style fuel system. And don't go budget on the return style fuel system. That's such a weird thing to me. I get it. There's a lot of companies that are like, oh, buy this budget kit. Get the 4 Innovations level 2 shit, man. Don't fuck around. That is the baddest shit around, period. And I've never seen an install issue. The stuff is super good quality. You don't have to then add a booster pump to the current setup. They have different pumps you can add to the hat that will flow more. Look, it's super, super good stuff. So 4 Innovations, badass shit. Buy it once, be done with it. You know how many times I've seen somebody buy a budget fuel system, then have to upgrade to a return style 4 Innovation system? So that means they bought a fuel system twice. Alex, I have a FBO S197. My racing weight is 3350. Good for you. God damn. Is this enough to beat the Vet LS3 intake headers and cam? Yeah, I think so. If it's a FBO, Cobra Jet setup, really light, I think you can take an LS3 Corvette and take cam headers. It'll be close. It's a driver's race, in my opinion. Alex, why are the Gen 2s the master race? So the Gen 2s are the master race because the computer is better. The motor is better. The motor is very well balanced and it can take 800 wheel. The 6R80 is a better version of itself because of the operating system. The tri-core computer, you can rev it to the moon and be good. With boost and an intake and E85, you can go 8s. Period. So that's why. Okay. Oh my God. John, why are you paying me? Oh my God, George. So George paid me and said 16 twin turbo. Oh my God. 16 twin turbo. Head studs, valve springs, OPG, crank sprocket, fuel system, 85 ID 1000s built, trans, stall, drag suspension, 912 turbo horsepower, 14 PSI. Total injectors are almost max. Upgrade to ID 1300s or meth injection. ID 1300s. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around with injectors, okay? Get a set of, what I tell people is if you can swing 1300s, get 1700s, you know? Because you don't want to be limited on your injector. Now, don't get like ID 2000s. That's stupid. But I don't think you should supplement it with meth injection. I think get a bigger set of injectors. And meth, to me, is good for cooling, like a chemical intercooler. So that's what I would use meth for, not necessarily supplemental fueling, because we're not going to lean out the tune to accommodate meth, okay? So get ID 1300s. Someone said mine was a 2017 VNP Roush upgrade that made 680. Okay. Okay. John F. 4 is quality. I'm sure he is high. Thanks, man. Da, 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 da. Do you think Motor Trend, do you think Motor Tube is running a scam like everyone else with his stolen Hellcat? I don't even know who that is. So, fuck, I don't know who that is. Sorry. Hi, Alex. People are always talking about how much torque a TBS has down low. Do you think Whipple would be better for a Coyote swap for road racing since the power would be more linear? I think a centrifugal would be better for a road racing Coyote swap car because that's like supremely linear. The last thing you want to do is be in the middle of a turn, right? And then you give it gas and then the bypass shuts and whoop, and it unsettles the car. Whereas a centrifugal, you literally don't have that issue. I think a centrifugal is better for road racing applications. If you're going to choose between this TVS and the Whipple has less torque down low, but if you're road racing, you're in the power band. You're there, you know. So I think you'll have less of an issue spinning it out at the same boost level with a Whipple. But for road racing applications, I prefer centrifugal. But a Whipple, I think, makes less torque per boost than a TVS. A full bolt-on CJ car beats C4s. C4s all day? C4s? Who's racing a C4? Isn't that like a 70s? Or like a, not 70s, C5, C6? Yeah, no, that's like a 80s Corvette. My wife is listening. She's not shocked you're still single. You know why I'm still single? Baby? Because I don't take that shit. And I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not going to let anyone tell me what the fuck I'm going to do with my money. You know, I'm not single because I can't get laid. I'm single because I haven't found the right girl that suits my needs. Your man's happy, but if your man hangs with me for a weekend, you might not have him, man. Because I'm going to take him. No, seriously. It's funny. I never understood that bullshit where it's like women are kind of like dictating the money that goes in and out of the house. Like, really? Really? Like, are you bringing home the bacon? Because if you are, you can say all the shit and I'll clean, cook, take care of the kids. But if you're not, I'm going to buy whatever the fuck I want. Alex, how much of a... Alex, tell these Zeus stop saying Manny unless they are fruity. Yeah, Manny and Tranny. Manny and Tranny are the funny ones. When someone says, I blew my tranny, I'm like... You sucked your boyfriend's dick? Alex, I love you, dog. OG, day 0 follower. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. What T2 did you see on seniors? 3R pulls with 2.4, 15%. But he had ice. Remember, he has an ice tank. So he barely saw 90, 95. So again, he had ice. There's a reason that car is max effort. It's got an ice tank. So it didn't see any more than, I don't even think it eclipsed 100 IAT2. What IAT2 Trinity pump 3. Yeah, he does have a Trinity. No, he doesn't have a Trinity pump. I have a 2011 GT500 with upgraded intercooler system, Trinity pump, 3X, 3 times pass, and a heat exchanger. Yeah, you're going to end up seeing 140 no matter what. If you pull like a 2.4, 15%, at the end of the pull, you're going to see 140, 145. It'll just recover quicker. That's all. It'll recover quicker. Don't get married. No, I don't want to get married. Look, you know what it takes for me to get married? Married. Come on. Mani or petty? I got a petty once, and the fucking girl took a chunk of my toenail out, and it grew into my skin later on. I did that because I was with a girl at the time. She goes, go do a mani petty with me, and I got really nice feet for a guy, and it fucked my shit up. I wasn't happy. My wife is as much as a go fast freak as me. Got lucky. Honestly, I don't want to date a car girl. The last thing I want to do in my life is date a car girl, because then you're going to have arguments about cars, and usually they don't know shit about cars. This video is better than the daytime soaps. What are your thoughts on the killer chiller systems, Jonathan Inman? So I like them. I like them very much. I know that the Hellcat uses a iteration of a factory killer chiller setup. It uses the AC to circulate the intercooler fluid and chills it via the AC system. Super great. IATs are like 80, they're like 70, you know, super, super cold. I would love to make that happen, but I haven't found a system that looks legit and it's like robust. You know, you got to depend on the AC pump, which is fine. Usually they don't go. So I think it's a great system, and it literally, I'm shocked that not more people are using a killer chiller setup on their supercharged application. Can you perform with a softie? Yeah. Just gotta wait a little bit. That's all. Like whiskey dick? Is that what you're saying? Like whiskey dick? Never had whiskey dick. I don't drink. I've never had a drink in my life, so I guess I don't have that problem. Hola, ¿qué significa I want to see gas? Salvador Z24 says, what does it mean I want to see gas? Salvador Z24 quiere decir que necesita gasolina o quiere ver gasolina. I think that's what he's saying. Alex, what ice tank does Senior have on GT500? It's got a TIG Vision ice tank with a badass like centrifugal pump. I forget exactly who makes it, but it is a badass centrifugal pump. Hey Alex, love these videos. What are your opinions on meth? It's bad, dude. It fucks up your teeth, messes up your skin. It's super addicting. It's bad. It's bad shit. If she bought, wait, someone said if she bought your Ford GT, you'd marry it. I'd marry the Ford GT. Yes. No girl's gonna buy me a Ford GT because that's what happens, right? You're never gonna hear the end of that shit. There's always something comes with, you know, there's always something attached, right? If it, oh, I bought you a Ford GT. Oh, thanks, baby. Bye. You know, I'm gonna go out with the boys for a while. No, you gotta stay around and cuddle with me because I bought you a Ford GT. Ah, fuck. So now she didn't buy you a Ford GT. She bought you an excuse to kind of, what do they say in Spanish? Like in Puerto Rican say sacarlo en cara, means like I don't even know how there's an English translation. So, hey, I got your Ford GT, so you're gonna go out to dinner with me, right? Hey, I got your Ford GT, you're gonna take out the fucking trash, right? Like, girl, you got me a Ford GT because I'm with you, and that keeps me with you. Elaborate on the benefits of a super chiller, please. Super chiller? Is that like a killer chiller? The benefits is low IAT, period, in any conditions. Low IAT, your blower temperatures are super cold. It's like running an ice tank all the time. Mucho gasolina. Yes, blown 9646, EMP pump, correct. Devin Marth, how much of an improvement is the Cobra Jet over the 350? Also, any alternative to the Cobra Jet fit under the 17 hood besides cutting a notch? I don't think so. I think you can lower the engine by buying some UPR engine motor mounts. So I think that's what Power by the Hour does. They buy lowering engine motor mounts, and it should clear the stock stuff. Throw it in your face. Tirarlo en cara. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry. Throw it in your face. If she buys you a Ford GT, she'll throw it in your face. That's something like, I got you this, so you got to hang with me. Hey, Alex, should I let my wife peg me so she'll let me? Wait. Oh, no. Why'd you retract it? Jay Link, you said you said something about you letting your wife peg you. Now, for those of you that don't know, pegging means that the woman wears a strap-on and bangs the husband. That's pegging. So he retracted. Jay Lake. Did anyone capture a screenshot? I wanted to read the rest of it, but he says something about getting pegged. Sorry, bro. Why, Jay? Why are you sorry? So if you get pegged, you get pegged. Big deal. I was editing it. My ass. You were editing your ass. Oh, wow, that's great. So how much of an improvement is a Cobra Jet over the 350? Devin Marth, to answer the first part of your question. I don't know. I don't have any back-to-back testing. I haven't really had a GT350 in front of me with a 350 intake, made a pull, put a Cobra Jet on it, then made a pull the same day. But I suspect it's going to be similar to like a 350 over, like same as an S550. You're probably going to see 10 to 15 more, and you're going to see it way high in the power band. So that means you're going to have to shift later, rev it higher. But that's the benefit of a Cobra Jet intake. It's a high-rise intake. If you're an older guy, think of a Torquer 2, Edelbrock Jr., Edelbrock Sr. Okay, I'm gonna start to go. I've been at this for an hour and a half, and I apologize that I kind of overstepped, but I was having a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun today. You guys had good questions, and I love to just talk shit, and that's why I named the episode "Talking Shit." I will be doing this weekly, so every Tuesday, 8:30, we're gonna be talking shit. And today we talked a little bit about Seniors Gen 3R, and you guys asked questions about the setup. You guys asked good questions about Cobra Jet stuff. Stop paying me, please. I have to go soon, so please stop paying me. Someone just paid or Michael Hernandez said, did I ruin my S197 by installing an 18 truck manifold? Yeah, you did. Why the fuck did you put an 18 truck manifold on it? Who told you that was going to be a good thing? I'd put the stock manifold and take that below a truck manifold. Get that shit out of there, dude. Fuck, what are you doing? Should a Vortec compaction help it with the manifolds to suffocate the blower? The power drops off at like 6,200 RPM. I had no idea why you thought it was a good idea to put a truck blower on a Mustang. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Okay, I'm gonna end it before you guys start paying me more and keep me here. Next week I'll be on. I'm gonna release a video tomorrow talking about E85, what you need for what vehicle, for what requirement. I'll release that tomorrow morning, and we'll keep it going. And I'll try to release a couple more videos this week. And I'll see you guys live next Tuesday, talking shit. Episode 3 next week, 8:30 Tuesday. See you guys later.